Chevy Chase Beach Cabins are located in Port Townsend, Washington, and are celebrating their 125th anniversary of hosting guests, and the owners Jeffrey Bettenall and Jennifer Dickey are celebrating their 10th year of owning the property. There are reportedly some things in the works to celebrate these anniversaries over the next several months, none of which have been announced yet. The property consists of 7 cabins that are rented out to guests and the main white Victorian house that the owners reside in. The original owner of the property was John Tukey, who was headed north to the California Gold Rush and jumped ship, landing in Discovery Bay in 1850. In the 1880s, he and his wife built the white Victorian and started hosting guests in the cabins in order to help make ends meet after there was an economic crash in Port Townsend in the 1890s, officially opening it as a vacation spot called Saints Rest in 1897. The original homestead cabin that Tukey built on the property was in the yard of what is now the new homestead cabin and was the oldest building in Port Townsend, Bettenall explains.
John Tukey's original pioneer cabin was essentially in that yard, and it had been removed just a few years prior to when Jen and I became owners. So we've been here for now 10 years. I believe it was completely removed around the 2008-ish, 2009-ish marks. So his homestead cabin was definitely the oldest, and the current homestead cabin that is there is arguably one of the oldest, if not one of the oldest, non-resident structures on Kemper Peninsula.
In 1913, Tukey's daughter Mary Chase modernized the facility and changed the resort's name to Chevy Chase Beach Cabins in 1923. After World War II, Mary Chase retired and sold the property to Philip Bailey in 1946. Bailey renovated it to include a tennis court and pool, which are still there today, and expanded the golf course on the property. In 2003, Barbara and Thatcher Bailey, the children of Philip Bailey, moved into Chevy Chase full-time to maintain the property after their father died, and the siblings helped to renovate it once again. The Bailey family owned Chevy Chase Beach Cabins for 66 years. Owners Bettenall and Dickey were regular visitors at Chevy Chase before they bought the property from the Bettenall family in 2012, making them the only third ever owners of Chevy Chase.
I think with a property like this, Jen and I consider ourselves stewards, although we are the owners of this property. With a property that goes back and has such a rich history, we really consider ourselves caretakers.
Bettenall and Dickey explained that they are trying to make improvements to the property, and in doing so, keep the spirit of the property alive.
There's a special feeling to this place, and it's hard to describe it. It's hard to put it in a picture, but it has a lot of history. But I think there's like a peacefulness and a calmness of this property that people really feel that when they step on the property. I think, the history of the property, the old white Victorian, the glorious view of the bay, I think that is all what makes it quite special as well.